Another team that has a very solid playing 11 looks like Gujarat Titans are the host for Mumbai Indians in the match 30 of the IPL. Tonight at the Narendra Modi Stadium, Ahmedabad, the two sides have clashed 8 times in IPL. Gujarat Titans lead 5 in the 8 matches. Gujarat has also dominated most encounters, including a strong wins at home, while Mumbai Indians' recent success came in 2025 Eliminator with a 20-run victory. In Ahmedabad, at GT remains unbeaten against MI. The Narendra Modi Stadium pitch is flat. It's batting friendly, offering 2 bounce, pace and stroke for the batters. Expected to be a high-scoring match. Erin, welcome to the show. What do you make up of this particular clash between the two teams? And then I'm going to ask you the role of Mahela Jayawardene, especially with the Mumbai Indians. He's been under severe criticism. Yes.
Yeah, talking about the game today, it's going to be very important for the Mumbai Indians. I mean, it has been throughout the series, but this is going to be a do-or-die game once again. They have just managed to win the one game. They're right at the bottom of the table, severe pressure. They have lost their senior batting partner Rohit Sharma, but luckily, Quinton de Kock replacing that position has really showed up. He has showed his capacity of that why he should be in the team rather than sitting in the bench. So this is going to be a very important clash. Talking about the GT, they are the 6th place of the table at this point. So they need to slide up the table as well. So Mumbai Indians, on the other hand, it's going to be an important game. They'll be looking for a definite win. And talking about the last ball, the GT have overruled Mumbai Indians. So that's going to be an interesting number as well. So the Mumbai Indians, they need to break this streak. They need to come out of this kind of situation they have been running throughout this tournament. And coming into the point about Mahela Jayawardene, yep, it's agreeable that he is going through a lot of criticism, but we shouldn't forget that in the past seasons, the number of trophies that they are carried home under his mentoring. So it's just that, it's one season that has not been in the right way for the team. The team balance hasn't worked out. Hardik Pandya has been out for a game or two. Then Rohit Sharma has been out. So the team combination has been not yet, I would say, worked in the favor of the Mumbai Indians as well. So it's a mix of everything. And I feel it has not been the kind of tournament and not been the kind of start that the Mumbai Indians would have expected. But don't forget that they won the very first game. That was a surprise because that was one of the areas that the Mumbai Indians were focusing on, winning that very first game of the tournament. They did that. But since then, they have lost all the games. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be an interesting call.
I'd like to get in Shekhar Vijayan here. Erin, I'd like to get in Shekhar Vijayan here. A team that has won 5 trophies in the past. The most successful captain is sitting out. A team with most number of international skippers in the world. Yes. The last count was 6. Is languishing at the bottom of it. They've got the most expensive support staff. What's going wrong with them? I mean,
see, Sunil, the two teams you said, Gujarat Titans as well as Mumbai Indians, two teams are so contrasting in nature. If you look at the Gujarat Titan teams, they all seem at ease with each other. All are smiling, all are enjoying themselves, they're having a good time under the tutelage of Ashish Nehra or even Vikram Solanki. Whereas here in Mumbai Indians, they seem like they're under a lot of pressure. Yes. You have so many good players, so many ex-captains, but it's not about good players, ex-captains. It's about really enjoying the game. And I really believe that Mumbai is under the pump. They've not been winning as well as they should. They always start off like this usually. They start very slow and then they catch up towards the end. But, the IPL is all about momentum. And Gujarat Titans is such a team which actually makes the game quite boring because the top 3-4 usually do the job. And they're very settled and sorted in their batting or in the bowling. But I believe the problem, or I would not say if it's a problem in the Mumbai Indians, but the fact is they have the talent, they have the ability. But it's not just about talent, ability, it's about leadership, it's about taking the decisions, it's about being comfortable with each other.
Satish, I'd like to get in Satish. Of all of us, Satish has watched Mumbai from the Ranji Trophy section in the 80s and early 90s to what he's watching right now. Satish, what is going wrong? Where is Mumbai losing its mojo?
I think it's more about the bowling. I think bowling is lacking a bit of the venom that it used to carry. It's the bowling depth or the bowling strength that wins you the cup. But here they are not able to win the matches. Despite scoring 195, I think they scored the last game, they were not able to defend it. So that clearly shows that the bowling is not up to the standard. And it's not that they don't have the skills, but something has gone wrong. Maybe I don't know what it is, but it's high time they sit down and analyze the bowling strength because Bumrah has not been among the runs. You have Chahar, you have a strong side, you have Bolt, you have Sandberg. The skills are there, the plays are there. It's just that they are not able to get that. I think probably one of the reasons could be the pressure of not winning. Mumbai is a side that carries the momentum and once they are on top, they are invincible. So I think they are yet to find that particular winning formula. Once they hit that note, then I'm sure they will come back stronger.
Aaron,
Just that the bowling is not
yes,
clicking right now properly.
absolutely, it's bowling. But imagine a situation, 46 matches have been played on this trip, but 23 side batting first has won the 23 on occasions and rest 23. So it doesn't matter who wins the toss. It's basically what you do with the middle overs, and that's usually where the spinners come in. Erin, very quickly, what do you think? Is the spin choke the new mantra, considering the batters haven't been able to cross 250, 240 in the last, and this strip doesn't seem to be going beyond 180 in the last 8 matches here?
Yeah, talking about the spinners, when it comes to the shorter format, it's always key when you're a spinner to play a role in the middle game and even at the power play. Especially if you quickly run to the game that happened yesterday, Sunil Narayan and Chakravarti, the old spin duo, they really showed what the spinners are capable of. They ran through a lot of issues in the past few games about performance, but they stood up. So in the shorter format of the game, what I do believe is that the spinners, they still do have this say. So as a spinner, you should believe in yourself, and the skipper, you need to make sure that you get your spinners at the right time, especially if there is an opportunity where you can hold your spinners during the power play. If you feel that the batter is a particular batter is weak against the spinner, get them in, take that chance, look for the opportunities. So as a spinner, definitely you have a say in the shorter format of the game.
Well, shorter format of the game. It's a classic bat first versus chase battle expected. GT will look at to extend their home dominance, while MI hunt their first win of this venue against the Titans. Shekhar Vijayan, did you ever think Mumbai would be languishing so behind that after several matches they are still looking at their second win and the first win here at the Narendra Modi? Did you think there would ever be a time like this?
Sunil, they say cricket is a game of uncertainties, but anything is possible. This is a long tournament, the IPL. We're just starting the IPL, and like you said, they were around 45, 46 game into it. So it's a long tournament. Mumbai will catch up. There's no doubt around the talent or the ability, but it's about getting them together. It's about just going out and playing to win. That's most important. I'm expecting a good contest between GT and Mumbai, but also the game has to take a turn here. It's not just going to be about batting. It's also going to be about an even balance between batting and bowling. So let's just hope for the best.
Absolutely.
Because we've seen cricket to know that change can happen around us.
Well, change as certainly seems to be happening in the studios and also in the program, but there's some chatter that seems to be happening in London, and this topic is very close to David Brooks, which is the hundreds. Of course,
Right.
2-3 days ago, Lalit Modi, the former IPL architect, actually said that 100 is going to die after year 3, in the next 2-3 years. How much do you agree to that? David, I know we've had this conversation in the past, but what is your assessment of something called 100?
Well, I think, you have to listen very carefully when Lalit Modi speaks, because he is, after all, one should credit him with the key issue, the key success of the IPL is down to him. He's making the point that the 100 as it's currently constituted has an uncertain future. I would totally agree with that. 2 reasons. First of all, no one else is playing the format. The idea that this 100 would challenge the T20 has always been absurd in my view. So whether whether the 100 format will morph into a T20 format for sure. But the second point he made, I think, is absolutely key. You haven't got that massive competition for media rights in the UK that you have in India. As a property, how much is it going to be worth in 3 years' time? It's attracted lots of investment up front, but how valuable is it as a media asset? At the moment, it's bundled in with the test matches. Actually, the test matches in England, as you know, have really held up in terms of viewing and attendance. They're always sold out. That's where the value is at the moment. And will the 100 really take on that media value? I'm not sure about that. It's only 3 weeks, and it's not that, you know, it's
Let
not
me
got
ask
the best
you,
players.
as an Englishman, David Brooks, as an Englishman, are you irked with the fact that there's going to be in 2 years, 3 years' time a complete Indian dominance and takeover of the hundreds into a newer format?
I think it's likely to become a T20. You can't fight the T20. You know, it was originally created in the UK. Let's remember that. And you know, the ECB failed to capitalise on it. It was left to India to do that, and all credit to them. The IPL is the preeminent tournament. The 100 is an also run, and I think it will. There'll be pressure for it to move into a T20 as early perhaps as next year. I don't see how the format itself can survive.
Well, absolutely. That was David Brooks, who's worked with Channel 4 in the cricket department. Incidentally, he was the one who introduced Ravi Shastri's and the Michael Holdings onto the commentary box many years ago. Well, moving on to today's big match, let's see what is the favorite with 4 of our panelists. Let's start with you, David Brooks. Who's going to be your favorite, and where's your money?
Well, I find myself agreeing with what Shekhar was saying earlier about the bowling of Mumbai Indians being a slight weakness at the moment. Do you think they rely too much on Bumrah and teams look like they're playing Bumrah out? You know, they don't want him to take the wickets. Where they've been let down, I think, is in 1 or 2 of the overseas. Trent Bolt has been off the ball, hasn't he? He was left out of the last game. I would be not tempted to bring him back. I would go for the South African Corbin Bosch, who's in the squad. I'd give him a go, because Bolt not playing a lot of cricket. We've seen that with the likes of Puran. People that go only to play franchise cricket, they don't maintain the same form. So I think there's a weakness there. The batting of Gujarat Titans looks so strong up the order. We haven't seen what the middle order is capable yet. So I'm sorry to be boring, but I'm going to have to go with Gujarat Titans to win this game today.
Well, absolutely. We have one vote in favor of Gujarat Titans. Let's see what Satish has in mind and his assessment says. Satish.
Yeah, I would go with Mumbai because for the main reason Hardik Pandya needs to prove a point. He had led Gujarat Titans to 2 victories, and now I think when he came back to Mumbai, he has lost both the games. I think it is between the crowning, the king versus the prince, because he led Gujarat Titans when Gill was the prince for him. So there is a little mental battle going on. I would like to see Mumbai Indians win, and that will be also good for the entire tournament, because a close contest between all the teams will make the tournament even more healthier and close.
Erin, we have one each, Gujarat and Mumbai Indians. Satish made a very interesting point, saying that Hardik Pandya has to prove a point to himself and raise the bar. Would you agree to that?
Absolutely, I agree to that, because a wounded lion is always dangerous. So Mumbai Indians, I'd see them as a wounded lion at this point. They need to prove a point. I agree with Satish that Hardik Pandya, he's having that say against Gujarat Titans. He will definitely want to prove a point tonight. And I have my money on Jasprit Bumrah as well, that he's going to fire up today, because he has been wicketless throughout the tournament. Lots of talks around him. I believe that he's going to fire up, and I put my money on Mumbai Indians.
Well, absolutely. 2 Mumbai Indians. And finally, to Shekhar Vijayan, before we wrap up our show. Shekhar Vijayan, what's your assessment for the game today?
I would really want Mumbai Indians to win, because then it becomes more even. Bumrah is a champion bowler. We would love him to come back strong. There's no question on his talent and ability. And I think this game is all about close matches, close finishes. That's why the IPL is so interesting. Let's hope it lives up to it today, and it should be a close game between Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians.
Well, absolutely. It seems to be an emotional call of 3 participants actually signing with Mumbai Indians out of pure empathy rather than statistical record, where David Brooks is as brutal as he is about hundreds as well as the Mumbai Indian squad. Well, that's all we had time for. I thank all my 4 fellow participants in this discussion. That's all we had time for. The cricket show called Cricketer. We'll be back after a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere else and don't touch the remote.